So today we're here at Stoke-on-Trent at the Mitchell Athletic Club. It's one of the helicopter landing sites and identified by the air users as a critical operational location. From the programme's perspective, critical operational locations are important because it's where users know they are going to land. We know the aircraft is going to come in here because it supports the Stoke University Hospital and it's the landing site for that hospital, and therefore it's essential for them to have coverage here. So we've come in here today to do some work with the drones, to do the testing to ensure that we've got the coverage that we think we have and that the model is showing us that we do have.
So this is part of a pilot programme, a feasibility study that we're working with our test partners QinetiQ on to examine whether or not we can use unmanned air vehicles, drones in other words, with sensors and payloads on to assess the coverage of ESN networks at ground level and the air-to-ground layer above 500 feet.
So we're here today to prove the handovers on the cell sites for the ESN network for the air-to-ground system, and so that we get the transitions from the air network onto the terrestrial network. So the drone is fitted with a 4G modem, and we are flying to 400 feet, which is the ceiling of this particular drone. This has got data being transmitted on the drone at the same time, which is simulating essentially what the air-to-ground system will have in the field. So in order to do that, we're doing a number of flight profiles today, including takeoffs, landings, which are subtly different for the radio side of things. And we're also doing what we call a horizontal raster flight at 100, 200, 300 and 400 feet. And so that will give us the data set to show the coverage and be able to prove against the modelling that's being done whether the modelling is pessimistic or optimistic. And we'll have a good correlation then of how the planning is going for the air-to-ground system.
So what this will mean, assuming the results are right, it will allow us then to understand how we go about testing up to another 50 or 60 critical operating locations all over Great Britain, predominantly in hospital landing sites and elsewhere, so that we can assure our users that that as we go forward into the future of ESN Air and we chop over from Tetra Airwave, that they have the coverage at these critical operating locations that they need.